Welcome students in online class for the subject physics for the 12th standard students. Today we have learned about the chapter number 7, wave optics. In this chapter, wave optics, we have seen some examples on interference of light. First of all, we have seen about intensity of light and resultant amplitude. When two light waves from two coherent sources S1 and S2 at a point P on screen at any time, their displacement will be given as y1 is equal to a1 sine of omega t plus theta 1 and y2 is equal to a2 sine of omega t plus theta 2, where y1 and y2 are displacement. Along y-axis, a1 and a2 will be amplitude for first light wave and for second light wave. Theta 1 and theta 2 will be phase or initial angle. When the two waves are mixed together using principle of superposition of wave, resultant displacement y is equal to y1 plus y2. If we substitute the value of y1 and y2, it will be a1 sine of omega t plus theta 1 plus a2 sine of omega t plus theta 2. Using formula sine of a plus b is equal to sine of a cos b plus cos a sin b. Using this formula, the equation becomes resultant displacement y is equal to a1 in bracket sine of omega t cos theta 1 plus cos of omega t sin theta 1 bracket close plus a2 in bracket sine of omega t cos theta 2 plus cos of omega t sin theta 2. Using this by multiplication a1 and a2 amplitude, so it is a1 sine of omega t cos of theta 1 plus a1 cos of omega t sine of theta 1 plus a2 sine of omega t cos of theta 2 plus a2 cos of omega t sine of theta 2. Using this equation, let us consider r, or if we can get common term, that is sine of omega t in bracket. In these two terms, we see that a1 cos of theta 1 plus a2 cos of theta 2 plus here cos omega t will be common. If we get cos omega t in bracket a1 sine of theta 1 plus a2 sine of theta 2. In bracket term, if we can consider, or if we consider here, if we consider r cos delta is equal to a1 cos theta 1 plus a2 cos theta 2, equation A, and r sin delta, it will be a1 sin theta 1 plus a2 sin theta 2, equation number B. If we substitute, so resultant displacement y will be sine of omega t in bracket r cos delta plus cos of omega t in bracket r sin delta. If r is common, then we can write r sine of omega t cos delta, or r in bracket sine of omega t cos delta plus cos of omega t sine delta. By using the formula, we can write as y is equal to r sine of omega t plus delta. This is the resultant displacement of two waves when interfere with each other, having resultant amplitude capital R, having resultant initial angle delta, or having resultant phase delta. Okay, using this we can find out the resultant amplitude. For finding resultant amplitude, square equation A and equation B and add them. See here, square r square sine square delta plus r square cos square delta. Left hand side can be written, and right hand side it will be a1 sin theta 1 plus a2 sin theta 2 bracket square plus a1 cos theta 1 plus a2 cos theta 2 bracket square. Using this, r square is common, so sine square delta plus cos square delta will be remain. Here the first bracket square, it will be a1 square sine square theta 1 plus a2 square sine square theta 2 plus double, means twice a1 a2 sine theta 1 sine theta 2 plus another bracket, it will be written as a1 square cos square theta 1 plus a2 square cos square theta 2 plus 2 times a1 a2 cos theta 1 cos theta 2. In this term, using trigonometry, r square is equal to a1 square in bracket sine square theta 1 plus cos square theta 1. Another a2 square is common, a2 square in bracket sine square theta 1 plus cos square theta, sine square theta 2 plus cos square theta 2. Here theta 2 is there. Again 2a1 a2 in bracket sine of theta 1 sine of theta 2 plus cos of theta 1 cos of theta 2. Here bracket term using trigonometry it will be 1. So r square, that is a1 square plus a2 square plus 2 times a1 a2. See here the two angles are there, theta 1 theta 2, means using cos of theta 2 minus theta 1, that is sin of theta 1 sin of theta 2 plus cos of theta 1 cos of theta 2 here, and therefore the resultant amplitude it will be a1 square plus a2 square plus 2 times a1 a2 cos of theta 1 minus theta 2 minus theta 1. This is also called as cosine rule. Using this rule, we have seen the rule given by Malus. There is intensity of light will be directly proportional to amplitude square, means intensity will be directly proportional to r square. If intensity will be directly proportional to r square, this r having value square root of a1 square plus a2 square plus 2 times a1 a2 cos of theta 2 minus theta 1. If this cos of theta 2, or if angle theta 2 minus theta 1, that is phase difference, if phase difference will be 0, what happen? Cos 0 is 1, then we say that maximum resultant amplitude that will be a1 square plus a2 square plus 2 times a1 a2, means square root of a1 plus a2 bracket square, or we say that r maximum or resultant amplitude maximum it will be a1 plus a2. But if phase difference is will be pi upon 2, 90 degree. What happen? Cos 90 becomes 0. So twice a1 a2 cos of 90 it will be 0. So r is equal to square root of a1 square plus a2 square, because another term will be 0. But if phase difference is pi radian or 180 degree, then cos 180 degree will be minus 1. So it becomes resultant amplitude minimum, that will be square root of a1 square plus a2 square minus 2 times a1 a2, means square root of a1 minus a2 bracket square. So r minimum is equal to a1 minus a2. According to Malus, if amplitude is maximum, intensity will be maximum. So maximum intensity it will directly proportional to a1 plus a2 bracket square, because r is directly proportional to r square, and minimum intensity it is directly proportional to a1 minus a2 bracket square. So here using this formula we can find out ratio of maximum intensity to minimum intensity. Means we can written as I maximum upon I minimum, that will be A1 plus A2 bracket square upon A1 minus A2 bracket square. Again, we have seen the another formula. It will be I1 upon I2 is equal to A1 upon A2 bracket square according to Malus. But here, if width W is there, so this intensity is directly proportional to width. So it can written as width 1 upon width 2. Means there is another relation, that is width 1 and width 2. The two relations are given. But here they are maximum and minimum intensities. If we can write in terms of intensity, see, resultant intensity is becomes, see here, that is R square, means I1 plus I2 plus 2 times square root of I1 I2 cos of theta or cos of phi, that is phase difference. So if I1 is equal to I2 is equal to I0, if we kept, then here we can written as I0 plus I0 plus 2 times I0 cos of theta, means 2I0 plus 2I0 cos of theta, means 2I0 if get common, so 1 plus cos of theta. That is also the resultant intensity. If theta is 0, cos 0 is 1, so it is 4I0. If theta is 90, cos 0 is 90, it is 1 plus 0, that will be 2 times I0. And if theta is pi, cos pi is minus 1, 1 minus 1 is 0, so resultant intensity will be minimum. Using these formulas, we can solve some examples. Here, the first example, it is found that intensity ratio between bright and dark fringes. See here, bright and dark fringes. For bright, maximum intensity is there. For dark, minimum intensity is there. Are obtained in the ratio 9:1. Find the ratio of amplitude and intensities of two interfering waves. Amplitude as well as intensity. Also find the ratio of their widths. So such type of example we can taken as I maximum upon I minimum, means bright and dark fringes. It will be given as 9 upon 1. That is the given data. And we want to find ratio of their amplitude A1 upon A2 question mark. Again, we want to find I1 upon I2. Another question mark. Again, we can find out width 1 upon width 2. So, by using the formula for I maximum upon I minimum, I maximum upon I minimum is equal to A1 plus A2 bracket square upon A1 minus A2 bracket square. If this value can be put here, 9 upon 1, take square root. What happen? A1 plus A2 upon A1 minus A2 will be 3 upon 1. If we can multiply each other, A1 plus A2 is equal to 3A1 minus 3A2. If again we can shift here, A2 is here and A1 is here and A2 is here, then what happen? 3A2 plus A2 is equal to 3A1 minus A1. That is 4A2 is equal to 2 times A1. So again by rearranging there, so A1 upon A2 is equal to 4 upon 2, that is 2 upon 1. Means first is given as A1 upon A2 will be 2 upon 1. That is the first answer for the given question. We can find out intensity by using Malus. Intensity I1 upon intensity I2 is equal to A1 upon A2 bracket square. Or we can say that A1 square upon A2 square. Means intensity will be 4 upon, ratio of intensity will be 4 upon 1. That is the second answer. We know that intensity is directly proportional to width. So intensity I1 is equal upon intensity I2 is equal to width 1 upon width 2. It will also be 4 upon 1. That is the answer for third question. Means we can solve the question easily. See here again, if we solve the another question, ratio of intensities of two interfering sources, S1 and S2. Two intensities are given. That is 81:1. Find the ratio of maximum intensity and minimum intensity. Means here data is given, that is I1 upon I2 is equal to 81 upon 1. First of all, we want find A1 upon A2. Then we can find out I maximum upon I minimum is equal to question mark. So here using Malus, I directly proportional to square of amplitude. Means therefore I1 upon I2 is equal to A1 upon A2 bracket square. Means A1 upon A2 bracket square is equal to 81 upon 1. If we take the square root on both sides, what happen? A1 upon A2 is equal to 9 upon 1. A1 upon A2 is equal to 9 upon 1. Okay. If we can find out the ratio of maximum intensity to the minimum intensity, its formula will be A1 plus A2 upon A1 minus A2 bracket square, or we can written as A1 plus A2 bracket square upon A1 minus A2 bracket square. Here, if we can divide A1 upon A2 plus A2 upon A2 divided by A1 upon A2 minus A2 upon A2. Means on numerator and on denominator we can divide A2 on both sides. What happen? A2, A2 get cancel, A2, A2 get cancel. So formula becomes, and here bracket square. Formula becomes A1 upon A2 plus 1 bracket square divided by A1 upon A2 minus 1 bracket square. Means a new formula is obtained, that is the ratio of intensity maximum to the intensity minimum. If we can substitute the value of A1 upon A2, that is 9 upon 1. So here the ratio, it will be intensity maximum upon intensity minimum is equal to 9 upon 1 plus 1 bracket square upon 9 upon 1 minus 1 bracket square. Actually 9 upon 1 means 9. So we can write as 9 plus 1 bracket square divided by 9 minus 1 bracket square. Then if we add, so it is 100 upon 64 means 50 upon 32 means 25 upon 16. That is the maximum ratio of maximum intensity to the minimum intensity. When there is the ratio of intensity will be 81 is to 1, then the ratio for maximum intensity to the minimum intensity, it will be 25 divided by 16. That is the required answer for given example. Here the third example is seen. If two slits in Young's experiment having width in the ratio 16:1, calculate ratio of intensity at maxima and intensity at minima in the interference pattern. See here, data is given, width is given, that is width 1 upon width 2, it will be 16 upon 1. Similar question for second, it will be A1 upon A2 can be determined, and maxima, intensity maxima upon intensity minima we can find out. So first of all, we know that according to Malus, intensity will be directly proportional to square of amplitude, as well as intensity will be directly proportional to width. Means intensity I1 upon I2 is equal to width 1 upon width 2, which is given as 16 upon 1. Suppose this is equation number 1. Using the Malus law, I1 upon I2 is equal to A1 upon A2 bracket square, equation 2. By comparing the two equations, so we write as A1 upon A2 square is equal to 16 upon 1. Take square root on both sides. So what happened? A1 upon A2 is equal to 4 upon 1. So here we can find out I maxima upon I minima, means minimum intensity and maximum intensity to the minimum intensity. It will be A1 plus A2 upon A1 minus A2 bracket square. It is also written as A1 upon A2 plus 1 divided by bracket square A1 upon A2 minus 1 bracket square. Because A2 is divided on both sides, A2 will cancel, it will be 1 plus 1 minus 1. If we substitute the ratio of A1 and A2, A1 to the A2, it will be 4. So we can write as 4 plus 1 divided by 4 minus 1 bracket square. It means 5 square divided by 3 square, that is 25 upon 9. So intensity maxima divided by intensity minima, it will be 25 upon 9. That is the required answer for the given numerical. Again, here another example will be given, that is find the ratio of intensities of X and Y on screen. In Young's double slit experiment, where the waves from slit S1 and from slit S2 have path difference 0 and lambda upon 4. So data is given, this example having data. The 2 points X and Y from two sources having path difference. So path difference X is equal to 0. Path difference Y is equal to lambda upon 4. And so we can find out the ratio of their intensities. Intensity for X divided by intensity for Y will be question mark. This ratio can be find out. So here, first of all, we know that phase difference is equal to 2 pi n for constructive interference, or path difference is equal to n lambda for constructive interference. If we can divide the two equations, equation 1, equation 2, what happen? Therefore, phase difference divided by path difference is equal to 2 pi n upon n lambda. N get cancel, it will be 2 pi upon lambda. So therefore, phase difference will be 2 pi upon lambda multiplied by path difference. If we can use the equation, this formula in this in their X and Y point, for X point, for X, phase difference is equal to twice pi upon lambda multiplied by 0. So phase difference for X, it will be 0. If phase difference for X will be 0, then resultant intensity for X, it will be I1 plus I2 plus 2 times square root of I1 I2 cos of theta. So if theta is 0, then it will be I1 plus I2 plus 2 times square root of I1 I2, because cos 0 is 1. If I1 is equal to I2, they are same. I1 is equal to I2 will be same. So it will be for Ix, it will be or is equal to I. So it will be I plus 2I. It will be 4I. It is 4I. Again, for point Y, phase difference is equal to 2 pi upon lambda multiplied by lambda upon 4. Lambda get cancel, and here cancel. So phase difference for Y, it will be pi upon 2. that is 90 degree. If here for intensity of y, Iy is equal to I1 plus I2 plus 2 times I1 I2 square root cos of theta. If theta is 90 degree, cos 90 is 0, it will be I1 plus I2 plus 2 times square root of I1 I2 multiplied by 0. So that is 0 value. If I1 is equal to I2 is equal to I, then Iy is equal to twice I. Ix will be 4I, Iy will be twice I. Therefore, their ratio Ix upon Iy is equal to 4I upon twice I. I get cancelled. So, 2 on the 2 and 2 to the 4. So, Ix upon Iy, it will be 2 upon 1. That is the ratio of intensity of 2 point X and Y on screen in Young's double slit experiment. This will be the answer. Again, the example number 5. It will be ratio of two intensities of the 2 point P and Q on screen in Young's double slit experiment. When waves from source S1 and S2 having the phase difference pi upon 3 and pi upon 2 respectively, we can find out their ratio of two intensities. See here, if data is given for point P, phase difference pi upon 3. For point Q, phase difference pi upon 2. And we can find out intensity at P and intensity at Q, their ratio, means ratio of intensity at point P and intensity at point Q. We know that formula, that is resultant intensity at point P will be I1 plus I2 plus 2 times square root of I1 I2 cos of theta, where theta is phase difference and phase difference is given. If phase difference is given as pi by 3, so Ip is equal to I1 plus I2 plus 2 times square root of I1 I2 cos pi upon 3. We know that pi upon 3 means cos 60 and the value of cos 60 will be 1 by 2. So here I1 plus I2 plus 2 multiplied by I1 square root of I1 I2 multiplied by 1 upon 2. 2 to get cancel. If I1 equal to I2 equal to we kept I, then it is I plus square root of I square. That is 3I. Square root of I square will be 3I. Will be intensity at point P. Similarly, intensity at point Q, IQ is equal to I1 plus I2 plus 2 times square root of I1 I2 cos theta. If phase difference will be pi by 2, we know that pi by 2 means 90, cos 90 will be 0, then it is I1 plus I2 plus 2 square root of I1 I2 multiplied by 0. So this value will be 0. And here IQ is equal to only I1 plus I2. If we kept I1 equal to I2 equal to I, then IQ is 2I. Here we can find out ratio of intensities at P to the intensities at Q. So IP upon IQ is equal to 3I upon 2I. What happen? I get cancelled and their ratio intensity at P to the intensity at Q, it will be 3 upon 2. That will be the ratio, and this is the answer for question number 5. See, similarly, question number 6 will be, what is the ratio of width of slit and intensity if ratio of amplitude is square root of 3 is to 1? See here, data is given. Ratio of width W1 upon W2 will be calculated. Also, ratio of intensity I1 upon I2 will be calculated, but given as ratio of amplitude A1 upon A2 will be square root of 3 upon 1. We know that by Malu, intensity will be directly proportional to square of amplitude. Means I1 upon I2, it will be A1 upon A2 bracket square. It will be square root of 3 upon 1 bracket square. So therefore, we can find out I1 upon I2 will be 3 upon 1. That is equation, or that is the answer for the intensity ratio. We know that intensity is directly proportional to width. Therefore, I1 upon I2 is equal to 3 upon 1, which is equal to width 1 upon width 2. Therefore, width 1 upon width 2 is also 3 upon 1, which is same as ratio of intensity. And that is the given answer for the numerical. Again, ratio of width. Here, ratio of width is given. In Young's double slit experiment, find the ratio of amplitude as well as find the ratio of intensity of two light waves. Here, data. Width 1, width 2, their ratio will be given as 9 upon 1. And we can find out amplitude A1 upon A2 question mark and intensity I1 upon I2 question mark. We know that intensity is directly proportional to width. Therefore, ratio of I1 upon I2 is equal to width 1 upon width 2 is equal to 9 upon 1. So, first answer will be given, that is 9 upon 1, means ratio of intensity 1 to 2 will be 9 upon 1. We know that intensity is directly proportional to square of amplitude by using Malu's. So here I1 upon I2, it will be A1 upon A2 bracket square, which is 9 upon 1. Take square root on both sides. If we take square root on both sides, then intensity, their ratio I1 upon I2, amplitude A1 upon A2 will be 3 upon 1. And so that ratio of amplitude 1 to amplitude 2, it will be 3 upon 1. That is the answer for given question. So here assignment number 2 is given. Assignment gives 5 examples. Their answers will be given. So please solve the assignments.